For more on the latest Mecca Defense Agreement, we are joined by Dr. Melih Demirtas, former Turkish diplomat, live from Ankara. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Demirtas. Now, what do you think this pact can change practically for Turkey's role in Gulf security?
Hello, and thank you. Thank you again for having me, especially for this important and crucial topic of today. Turkish foreign policy actually gave always importance to these regions. First of all, of Middle East, but not only Middle East, or other countries, Pakistan's region. Also, this much more militant atmosphere now with Iran, of course, Palestine, and some other regions really showed us we must be much more institutional in our relations. Just yesterday, Foreign Minister, or Hakan Fidan is with Syrian Foreign Minister, for example. Today, just one day later, we can see our president now having an important meeting with important, of course, other counterparts, Saudi Arabia and Pakistan. We can see this tensive atmosphere, of course, these tensions, of course, first of all, starting with unilateral attacks of Israel, and then unending, of course, war between the United States and, of course, between Iran, really pushed us to think much more strategically, and just gave maybe this institutional response to our partners, also adversary voices and opinions. I think, first of all, to Israel, unilateral voice. This region needs a stability, a stable response, a coordinated response. And I think Turkish foreign policy, starting maybe with this agreement, like this Mecca agreement of today, can really show a much more stable voice, especially in its region, but also with its partners.
The agreement treats an attack on one as an attack on three. Does that extend to non-state actors like Houthi fighters, or is it just state aggression?
It's the crucial question also of this agreement, because we see that the groups are changing every day, every week, every month. We can see a new groupings, a new, of course, traditional, non-traditional understandings also sometimes threaten, sometimes have, of course, voice for more rights, much more democracy. Of course, Houthis are the reality of this region. We know that it can really threaten the territorial integrity, some civilian, of course, infrastructures. It can also have some balance with sometimes force in the region. We know that, but Turkey already condemned the attack of Houthis many times in this region, especially against Saudi Arabia, first of all. But we must also be not maybe blind, or we must not be insensitive to the reality that there are some attacks of some, of course, nation states, some important actors to this region. First of all, Israel, we must always think this. Of course, United States. Of course, we can see now Iran can be a real force in the region. We must not skip Russia, China, some other forces. Now, not only these non-traditional groupings, but for all forces, I think we can see a much more stable and peaceful atmosphere. And I think this pact, first of all, ensures that I think Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, and Turkey will have a coordinated voice for this.
And this might not be an easy question to answer, but which country benefits the most from this pact, or do they all benefit equally?
I can say equally. Saudi Arabia has direct threats for many years from Iran. It is not a secret. They always openly declare that. But even our Saudi partners see, they have seen that things can really change in one night. Think about this Israeli United States, very harsh attacks to Iran one night. And just, 5-6 months, we never see that they cannot find an agreement. One day, one actor in this region, especially in our very critical and sensitive region, can really affect it very harshly. Think about Turkey's position, its struggle to many terrorist groups, especially nowadays in Turkish politics. This national solidarity act is discussed so heavily. And still in Pakistan, think about its relation with India, for example. It's a very, of course, conflictual environment now with Afghanistan, Taliban regime. So all the actors has some, of course, support from each other, and not unilateral, but multilateral understanding will really benefit us. And the only thing I think of Turkey wants is much more peace and stable atmosphere, not new attacks and not new threats.
And if we go back to Turkey's perspective here, how does see this pact affecting its relationship with Iran, given that Turkey's historically balanced approach in the region?
This is a very, very right expression. Also, you use this. We always think that there must be an approach which is not biased, which is not, I can say, an academically orientalist. Some of our Western partners, we know that, has always an orientalist vision to this region. They have always think that the superiority always belongs to them. We can say that United States, we can say sometimes United Kingdom, of course Israel, with all the support from the Western world, Fortunately and of course positively, all I